Hello everyone, so welcome to our YouTube channel CA Lokesh Vadma. Moving forward with our series wherein we will be covering the analysis of each and every subject of CA final. So this video is all about paper number 2, Strategic Financial Management. We will be analyzing my answer sheets that I have got from RTI. We will be talking about a lot of things in this video, like the mistakes that I have committed and you should avoid those mistakes in your exams, and the sequence, like how to attempt the whole paper, and a lot of things that you might learn from my own experiences and my answer sheet also. So do watch this video till end to get the maximum out of it. If you have any questions, any suggestions, any doubts, do let us know in the comment section below. And also if you feel like that we should cover these things also in our upcoming videos, then do let us know, because your opinion matters to us. And so let's begin. So guys, let's begin with the analysis of Strategic Financial Management of November 19 exam. I request all of you that you should carry a pen and paper with you, because I might be telling a few points that you need to note down to keep a track on these points in future. So first thing is that this is the sheet where all the marks are written. One thing to note here is that I attempted each and every question. So the very first and foremost thing to achieve really good marks in any subject is to attempt 100%. You really need to speed up so that you don't miss out on any point, any question. And this is applicable for every paper. Now moving forward, I attempted question number 5 first. So why question number 5? So again, thing to be noted here is, during the first 10 minutes that we get to analyze our paper, I read each and every question. Obviously you cannot read line by line every question in those 10 minutes. So I just identified that which question is from which chapter, and I know my strengths and weaknesses, so I identified that this chapter I'm really strong at. I picked that question and started doing its question first, and I sequenced all the questions. For example, I'm very good at corporate valuation example, so I marked that question as number 1. And if at the second number I'm good at security valuation, so I marked it as 2. So basically I prioritized my sequence of paper that I'm gonna attempt. You can also do this thing. This gives you a lot of confidence. And also the second thing is that do not split parts of any question. So if you're attempting question number 5, you need to do it in sequence, like 5A, B, C, or maybe C, A, B, but you need to cluster all the sub questions of a single question together, else it will become very difficult for the checker to check your answers. Like he'll have to flip a lot of pages to move or to check your questions. So question number 5, I was good at theory that time, because I really prepared for SFM theory, and which definitely gave me an edge. So 5th ka C point I attempted first. Let's see what was that. 5th ka C. This is the suggested answer that I downloaded from ICI's website. So the 5th question C point states that discuss briefly the key decisions which fall within the scope of financial strategy. So there we need to mention 4 key decisions. Obviously the marks for which this question has been asked was 4, but always try to add an extra point if any available or known to you. I mentioned the 4 points: financing decision, dividend decision, portfolio decision, and investment decision. So while writing any question, any theoretical question, you really need to highlight the important things, because see, just you can see that in the answer sheet itself. 5th ka C, yeah. Financing decision, investment decision, dividend decision, and portfolio decision was the suggested answer. And the moment I wrote these 4 points and I highlighted it with the black pen or like with any pen, so this basically emphasized the answer. So this is kind of a presentation trick to to get the attention of the checker towards the key points. and in a flick of a second he checked it on, and 4 marks. So people say that in theory questions we don't get full marks, but this is not the case. We get full marks, but the condition is that the key points should be straightforward, and just keep the text bare minimum. Do not write stories. It's advisable to write a concluding point at the end of every answer, although it was not really being asked in suggested answers, but it's always to serve something extra, cherry on the top types. Now the next question that I attempted was 5th ka A part. As I told you that it's always advisable to keep all the 3 points for a single question at single place. Now 5th ka A point, let's see what it asks. So yeah, 5th ka A point was about capital asset pricing model, which was one of the questions in portfolio decision. Now this question was being asked for 8 marks, where we were expected to compute expected rate of return on portfolio, on the whole portfolio, and the average return on his portfolio. So expected rate of return on portfolio and average return of portfolio. Now let's see what the answer says. So in suggested answers, what they did was they computed the return on market, and then for expected rate of return, in the question it was being asked that the portfolio pe compute karna hai, but in the answer they computed the expected return on individual security. So one thing that I would like to highlight here is you need to read the questions like very carefully. You should focus on all the points, what exactly is being asked, and this was the question where I got tricked, because what I did was I computed the RM, which was 15.88% and 15.88%, but then I wanted to compute expected rate of return on portfolio. So I computed weighted average beta, and I computed it by the way of RF RM minus RF, which is the capital asset pricing model formula. You will be knowing it. So I computed it on weighted average beta, but what they did in the answer was that it was computed on individual security. But I am yet to figure out कि दोनों answers में क्या difference था and what should be the right answer. अगर आपके कोई opinions हैं, so you can definitely mention it in the comment box. We would love to hear from you guys. Now moving on to the next question. अच्छा हाँ, because I attempted this question, I computed RM and the calculation above that, so I definitely got 2 marks for this. So this is how ICAI does stepwise marking. Now in question number 5 ka B part, let's see what is written. So the 5th ka B part was about capital evaluation, capital project evaluation. So here we needed to compute net present value. So this question was being asked for 8 marks. So as you can see that this is a very lengthy question, and you cannot absorb all the points given in a question at one go. So what you need to do is to reduce your time. You're gonna read every line, and whatever point is relevant, whatever numerical figure is relevant, you need to map it on your answer sheet. इससे आपकी एक समरी प्रिपेयर हो जाती है पूरे क्वेश्चन की, एंड यू डोंट नीड टू रिविजिट द क्वेश्चन. इफ़ यू गाइज हैव टेकन एनी क्लासेस फ्रॉम प्रवीण शर्मा सर, सो ही ऑल्सो सजेस्ट दिस question mapping thing. So I created this summary over here, and from that onwards I can start with solving my main answer. And please do not think that this is a summary and we should keep our answer sheet clean. Oh come on, time is the most important thing, and you cannot afford to go back to a rough page and prepare that summary over there and then come back to the main sheet to solve your answer. You just need to keep the things in a flow so as to maximize your output. Now this is a summary sheet that I prepared, and very neatly not exactly neatly. So the working note 1, total outflows need to be calculated, which was around $580 millions. This is how they are also doing it, incremental cash flows and 580 million. The second point, they mentioned incremental cash inflows after tax, and second part was again divided into two parts, like generated by investments in India for 5 years, and then cash generation by exports, which is 52.50 million. Then the C part, which is foreign investments wala CFAT, and then the third point talked about NPV. So let's see what I did, and then at the end the decision, because although you have computed the NPV, but as I mentioned earlier also, concluding a question is as important as solving each and every point of that question. Now in the answer sheet, working note 1, 580 million, working note 2, I computed the revenue computation, everything in a sequence, current, proposed, and you can see that 1 marks is written over here. So you can see that step wise marking होती है. So do not think कि अगर आपने एक पॉइंट गलत किया तो सारा गलत हो जाएगा. वो चीज़ अलग है कि अगर आपका फर्स्ट पॉइंट ही गलत हो गया जिसकी वजह से जिसके ऊपर पूरा क्वेश्चन डिपेंडेंट था, सो दैट इज़ अ डिफरेंट इशू. बट स्टेप वाइज मार्किंग. नाउ moving forward, so the present value came out to be 764.2176 and present value 45.392. then the net benefit computed net present value come out to be 229.6096 and net present value 229.6096. Decimal point, there is no rule that till how long you should carry a decimal point, but try to keep it to the max as you can. So 4 points is advisable. So yeah, I got 8 out of 8. So you do get 100% marks. It's just that you need to solve any answer in a proper flow and solve each and every aspect of any question. Now then I attempted question number 3 का B part, B, C, एंड थर्ड का ए मैंने नहीं किया था क्योंकि मुझे नहीं आता था, पर मैंने आगे सॉल्व करा था बिकॉज आई मेंशन कि 100% सॉल्व करना होता है. नाउ थर्ड का बी, लेट्स सी व्हाट इट सेज. थर्ड का बी वाज अबाउट exponential moving average. This is one hidden question in study material and I got lucky enough to go through this question the very morning while revising, and you can see that this question was being asked for 8 marks. So yeah, A, B, C, exponential moving average, for each and every point I'm getting marks here, you can see. So do not think कि आपको नहीं मिलेंगे मार्क्स मिलते हैं यार, ठीक है. Then the analysis part. Now one thing I need to highlight here is that कि what they look out for analysis. Let's see the suggested answers. So in the conclusion they specifically mentioned that the market is bullish, so you also need to mention this word bullish, and in the answer sheet I mentioned bullish and the tick was on the bullish word. So this is how keywords play a major role in your evaluation, your answer evaluation. About the practice, how many mock tests you solve, because the presentation can only be achieved only when you do it with your own hands. You need to dirty your hands to get the perfect outcome. Now moving on to the next question, third ka C part, which is again a theoretical point. Let's see what it asks. Third ka C was about startup scheme. So they mentioned the date over here, date of the scheme when it was launched, then the startup ka meaning, the 3 points that define a startup, that qualifies a company being a startup, and then certain lines. So this is again a theoretical question. I got 3 marks, maybe because I didn't mention the date and because I couldn't mention the exact point that they were asking. So again, yeah, practice नाउ थर्ड का ए मुझे नहीं आता था ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, बट मैंने ये लास्ट में जाके अटैम्प्ट किया है. एंड द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन फर्स्ट का बी. सो इसमें आई मेड अ मिस्टेक that I want to share it with you guys. So first ka B was about forward rate agreements. So there were two scenarios, and the first one, if the actual rate of interest after 6 months happens to be 8.60%, and the second scenario happens to be 7.80%. I messed it up in this question. What I did was, these two values like 375,000 and 625,000 needed to be their present values need to be calculated, but I forgot to do that, though I knew that इनकी प्रेजेंट वैल्यूज़ कंप्यूट होनी चाहिए थी. बट होता है ना कि जिस क्वेश्चन में आप सबसे ज़्यादा कॉन्फिडेंट होते हो, यू मिस आउट सर्टेन पॉइंट्स एंड यू लूज़ द बैटल. बट द पॉजिटिव थिंग वाज दैट कि स्टेप वाइज मार्किंग की वजह से आई वाज एबल टू स्कोर 4 मार्क्स इन दिस क्वेश्चन. So this is the positive thing that we all must agree. Khair, moving on to the next question, second ka B part. Second ka B part was again about derivatives and future contracts. Yeah. So in this one, given there were 3 questions that were being asked, and this question was for 6 marks. Now this question is something that proves that you should really emphasize on the question, what is being asked. So as you can see in the third question, the question is, as a result of the company stock price decrease, will an investor that has a long position in one future contract of R Limited realize a gain or loss? So the first question is whether he'll gain और ही लूज़, और अगर वो जीता है या हारता है तो कितना अमाउंट जीतेगा या हारेगा, कितना उसको प्रॉफिट होगा या कितना उसको लॉस होगा. ये क्वेश्चन में मेरा एक फॉर्मूला गलत हो गया था, CMP माइनस इनकम 1+R. इसमें 125 माइनस 4 इंटू में 1 प्लस 0.08 का होल स्क्वायर आई मैंशनड, बट इसमें माइनस की 4 अलग से आनी थी विदाउट एनी ब्रैकेट. So the formula actually was this: 125 plus 125 into 0.08 minus 4. This was a stupid mistake that I did, but इसकी वजह से पूरा क्वेश्चन गलत हो गया, बिकॉज हर जगह यही फॉर्मूला यूज़ होना था. बट ठीक है, और मतलब यही वाली फिगर रेलेवेंट थी. ठीक है, थिंग्स हैपन. एंड या सो इसमें क्वेश्चन ये था कि उसको गेन होगा या लॉस होगा. मेरा अल्टीमेटली लॉस आया था, बिकॉज सी पॉइंट्स का डिफरेंस था 130.68. मेरा इधर आंसर आ रहा था ये वाला, बट वो वाला आंसर 131 था. बट वहाँ पे ये क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि उसको लॉस होगा या गेन होगा, एंड आई मैंशनड हियर इज़ कि उसको लॉस हुआ. सो उसके लिए आई गॉट 1 मार्क. थैंक यू YCAI. एंड एक मार्क से ही डिफरेंस क्रिएट होता है. Moving on to the next question, 2 का C part. So it asked about the benefits of securitization. Off balance sheet financing, more specialization in main business, helps to improve financial ratios and reduced borrowing costs. This is what I have written here. Off balance sheet focus on main business and improving account ratios, borrowing costs, and then the conclusion, and then the 4 points. Now second का A part was about mutual funds. This is the only solid question in mutual funds chapter. इसकी मैंने 2-3 बार प्रैक्टिस की थी, एंड इट केम इन एग्ज़ाम. सो द फर्स्ट वाज डिविडेंड रीइन्वेस्टमेंट प्लान. ये वाला ना क्वेश्चन ऐसा है कि आप बहुत कॉन्फिडेंट हो कि आप अच्छे से कर लोगे, ठीक है, और यू टेंड टू डू इट लाइक 1 टाइम एंड यू डू इट राइट. But then when you try to attempt that question, you do some silly mistakes, or you stuck at some point and you lose the marks. Lose the easiest marks. So you really need to practice each and every question at least twice. So इस question में dividend reinvestment में the answer was 53.95%. लेट्स सी हमने क्या कबाड़ा किया, या 53.95%, विच वॉज सो हाईलाइटेड कि चेकर को कुछ और लिखने की ज़रूरत ही ना पड़े. देन फॉर द प्लान बी द आंसर was 73.33% पर एनम. प्लान बी में 73.33% पर एनम एंड प्लान सी में ग्रोथ प्लान 69.59%. 69.59%. अच्छा, इसका एक और पार्ट था विच इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट. सो द क्वेश्चन वॉज टू सजेस्ट द नेम ऑफ इन्वेस्टर. आपको नेम बताना था, उसका हाईएस्ट इफेक्टिव यील्ड इन्वेस्टर जिसका हाईएस्ट इफेक्टिव यील्ड था, और उसका डिफरेंस कंप्यूट करना था विद द डिफरेंस टू हिज नियरेस्ट इन्वेस्टर. ये बहुत एक इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट था, और इसमें the important thing was name of investor, which was Mr. Amit, and the difference in yield, which was 3.74%. आंसर में सजेस्टेड आंसर में भी उसको काफ़ी ज़्यादा हाईलाइट किया हुआ था एज मिस्टर अमित एंड 3.74%. सो या दिस इज़ ऑल अबाउट practicing. Now I got 10 out of 10 in this question. Wow. Now in the next question, which is 6th ka C part, again theoretical question, our favorite one. So it asked about the problems that are faced by securitization, stamp duty, taxation, accounting, lack of standardization, inadequate debt market, ineffective foreclosure laws. ये क्वेश्चन वैसे तो 4 मार्क्स का था, बट एज आई मैंशन अर्लियर, अगर आपको 4 से ज़्यादा पॉइंट्स आते हैं तो प्लीज़ डू राइट दीज आंसर्स, डू सर्व मोर. Now accounting, stamp duty, taxes, lack of standardization, inadequate debt market, and foreclosure laws. Now 6th का B part, let's see what it asks. Yeah, so 6th का B was about corporate valuation. Again, a stupid thing that I did because of overconfidence, maybe you can say. This question was for 8 marks. 6th का B में what I did was, 5th में perpetuity का formula लगना था, like perpetuity, but I missed on it, and here I just mentioned 10260 और मैंने इसकी perpetuity compute नहीं की, ड्यू टू विच मेरा पूरा क्वेश्चन गलत हो गया. ऐसा नहीं था कि मुझे पता नहीं था कि इसका perpetuity कंप्यूट होना है, मुझे पता था, बट बिकॉज टाइम ज़्यादा था, एज यू कैन सी दैट ये लास्ट में ही कवर किया ऑलमोस्ट, टाइम कम बचा हुआ था, या ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस में आके आई डिड इट रॉन्ग. पता होते हुए भी यू डू सर्टेन थिंग्स रॉन्ग. सो इट इज़ इम्पॉर्टेंट कि आप मॉक टेस्ट प्रैक्टिस करके जाएँ, सो दैट ये प्रॉब्लम्स आप डायरेक्टली पेपर में जाके फेस ना करें. In fact, I also solved 2 mock test papers before giving SFM final paper in examination hall. So mock tests are always essential to avoid these silly mistakes. Yeah, this was a silly mistake due to which I completely lose 7 marks. I got 1 mark for this computation of present value. Now the next question was about 6th ka A. I was kind of worried about portfolio decision, because this is all about formulas and putting the right values and right equations and solving it effectively without doing any calculation mistake, without doing any silly mistake. So I did it the right way. 6th question was for 8 marks. The standard deviation compute करनी थी दोनों में. So in the first one it was 40.31 for A, 54.08 for B, and an answer also 40.31 for A and 54.08 for B, and then expected return of portfolio total is 26.26, 26.2595. Yeah, 4 decimal points I told you. Now moving on to the next question, 3rd ka A. Pardon me for this presentation. Yeah, 3rd का A. या मैंने पहले भी बताया था कि मुझे 3rd का A नहीं आता था, बट आई चोज़ टू अटेम्प्ट इट एट द एंड. सो आई डिड इट एंड आई स्कोर्ड 3 marks in this one. So this again proves the fact कि you should always attempt 100%. And I am close. This is the last question that I did. 3rd का A was about hedging, like options and derivatives. So मुझे 3 points आते थे, तो I did it. I wrote whatever I knew, and something is better than nothing. So I hope this video, this analysis would have been effective for you guys. You will not repeat the mistakes that I did, and definitely you'll learn from my experiences. And if you want to add anything to this, do let me know in comment box. And if any of your queries remain unresolved after that, you can again mention in the comment box and let us know, reach out to us. Also, if any of you want us to analyze your answer sheets, so we can also help you out in that. We will analyze your answer sheets, and we can also post a video about it, hiding your name. Thank you so much.